How would you say, Tracy, that the rental market has changed in the Northwest over the last 5 years or so? You've been operating for 7 years,
7
did you
years,
say? Yeah. So we've seen a lot of change. We've been operating a similar length of time, and I know there's been a huge amount of changes, and it's a very different landscape than perhaps where we started out a few years ago. What have you kind of witnessed in your experience of over the last few years of changes in rental and buy-to-let and property?
Certainly a lot of changes in legislation. Making sure there's a lot more requirements from an agent and a landlord, and regulations that they've got to follow to make sure they tick all the boxes. The rents are much higher than they were. There's definitely been a massive increase in rents around Manchester, most definitely. Been a lot of government changes, which are obviously affecting landlords with tax implications and various other things. So we're finding some landlords are actually selling up now. They've decided, I'll just let go and move on.
And in the kind of social and welfare sector as well, there's been huge changes there with the introduction of universal credit. I think that's put a lot of landlords off operating intentionally within that marketplace. There's been changes with the payments in benefits and caps and things like that, which has been challenged.
Very difficult that, but it's something that you work with. We've got a lot of processes in place. All our is systemised, so everything's there's a process for everything, and we streamlined when it comes to things like universal credits, housing benefits, and we know how to get the payments in, get them in quickly, and get them in directly.
Yeah, and I think you'd go out of business quite quickly if you didn't know if you didn't have that system set up. And we don't have a huge number of specialist local housing allowance or universal credit agents, and I know that's not your whole business, but it's certainly a sideline of what you do. And
and it takes up a lot of time, even though it's not a big part of the business. It probably takes up more time than anything else, because of even ringing the council could take you an hour to get through because you're in the queue and you're number 25 and you're going down the queue, and so I can spend an hour waiting to get through to somebody to then get the tenant to say give authority for Tracy to discuss it, and then get to the bottom of where it's at, when it's due, how much you're going to get, but that's part of the business that we've got.
Yeah, and as you say, systemising and having procedures in place, and every time you're going through them, tightening them and making them more streamlined, you will find that you've got a very efficient way of dealing with those types of tenants and claims now.
Absolutely.
Sure, yeah.